part of the world. And good morning to all of you that's joining us from the western part of the world. And to everyone in between, good afternoon and good evening. How are you all doing? Good to see you all here. Who do I see that's already familiar? Hi, Volkan. Good to see you, brother. I know you guys killed it last few months in Turkey. Good going, good going. Wish you guys more and more success. Hi, Ritwa Owaska. Is that, am I saying it right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And we have a lot of you that joined in, but your cameras are yet to be turned on. So look forward to seeing you guys. Please, I'm from Finland. Oh, great. Even before I could ask, you read my mind. Please kindly put in the chat which city are you joining us from? And would be good to know which part of the world we all are connected. So I'm in India, Bangalore. That's my home place. So I live in Dubai mostly, but I just came here yesterday to spend some time with family and yeah, with my teams. Hi, Piero De Marco from Italy, Albina Gatok from Vancouver, British Columbia. Awesome. Volkan now in Batumi, next week in Dubai. Welcome, welcome, brother. Unfortunately, I won't be around to see you there, but yeah, please feel free to visit our office um, in Dubai. Okay, and just experiencing Energic. I know you like to visit offices in different countries. You like to travel. We met in Okinawa last year. So and a lot of our leaders are right now in Okinawa as well, celebrate Mr. Oshiro's birthday, which is in the next couple of days. Hello, everybody. I'm from France. I'm sorry I'm at work. Can't turn on the video. That's all right, Andrea, as long as you're connected and you are interacting on chat. That's all we want. We want your energy. Hi, Chris. Good to see you again from San Diego. Good morning. Good morning. From sunny San Diego. Is that right? Right. So Okinawa and San Diego, I believe the weather is very similar. Good morning from San Antonio, Texas. Tori. Great, great. Yes. So June, let's see how things are. I'll be there to celebrate the 51st year anniversary. Who's coming to the US in June? To Chula Vista. Who's gonna be there? Awesome. Yeah, I think most of y'all in US, it's like a must attend event. And for those of us that's not in the US, let's make it a point to be there because I believe close to 4 to 5 thousand people is gonna be there. Hi, Suresh, good to see you. Good to see you. A long time we haven't been in touch, but good to see you. Great. You prefer KL? Okay. Maybe is it because of the food? Different kind of spicy food and all that you can get. And yes, kale is good too, tropical. All right, so let's hear from those of all of you that's joined us. I know a lot of you that you've been with Enagic for some time now. See, please put in the chat, how long have you been with Enagic? How many months, how many years, how many days? For Tori, it's going to be the first official Enagic event, so that's amazing. So I guess you're about a year or so. Yeah, 1.5 years, yes. 7 years, Andrea, awesome. Gugu, 5 years. Rakesh, 2.5 years. Great. 6 days, Ritva, that's amazing. That's amazing. So let's see. I guess you're very new in the Magic world. And let me hear from all of you. Is this your first time attending an Enagic presentation? Have you been invited for the very first time? You have no idea about what Enagic is all about. So please type number one in the chat. If it's your first time, you have absolutely no idea about Enagic, the company, and your friends invited you here today, and they told you to check it out because it's something that has changed their lives, and they'd want you to also be part of it to support together and build a great, um, have a great journey together. Sophib, I know Sophib. I think I met you in Malaysia. 1 year from Cambodia. Awesome, awesome. So we have some of y'all that is very new. Some of y'all are like a week old. And I'm sure for those of you who already know about Enagic, you are using the Kangen water, you're drinking the Kangen water. Okay, I love it. And I've been using this latest technology called emGuard for almost a year and a half, coming close to 2 years now. And this meeting is all about our latest patented technology that our company has launched. In many countries, it's yet to be launched. So you're one of the first few people having a look at it. So my invitation to all of you is if you're here for the very first time, have an open mind and have a look at it and just look at what are the possibilities and potential that you can create out of this opportunity. Okay, because the opportunity is there, it's up to us to grab it and to build something like Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, right? So it's up to us, right? How what we make out of life. So today, I want you guys to get the most out of your time here today. So that's why I have an open mind. And before we begin, for most of y'all, you're seeing me for the very first time. So I think it's only good time now to introduce myself. My name is Hemanth. I am a 6A5-2 distributors. Some of y'all, it might be strange. You wouldn't know what it means. But for those of y'all in the energy world, you know what these ranks are. I have been in the energy business for over 9 years now. And I started off in 2016. I was 22 years old. I got the Kangen machine, totally life-changing, changed my mom's health to the better, my father's health, and even my health. And since then, I took up this opportunity to share this with the rest of the world. And today we have sales across 16 countries and counting, still growing. And at the same time, I used to work for Amazon.com 9 years ago. And I was about to relocate to Seattle for better opportunities. Let me sum it up. In less than 2 years in Amazon, I got promoted 4 times. Some of you all coming from the corporate world or still in the corporate world, you know how hard or how challenging things can be for people to, get promoted even once. And I got promoted 4 times in less than 2 years. And I was about to relocate to Seattle for a better opportunity within Amazon. But I gave that up to build this business, and I can't be thankful for myself, the past me, because now I can spend my time the way I want, financially free. Parents are financially free. And most importantly, even health wise, the family is doing great. And the biggest benefit that I see out of this is I'm in a position to help change people's lives, help create a life that they've been dreaming about. Okay, be it physically, financially, or mentally. So that's something I've been doing. And if you guys liked it, you can give a number 5 in the chat. 5 is my lucky number, so you can give a number 5 in the chat if you liked my story, if you can relate to it, and if you are also in the journey of creating this for yourself and the people around you. So give 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah. So that's been my journey, and I've been using this product for more than a year and a half. So pretty much, kind of, traveled with it, lived with it, put it in my car, in the flight, everywhere. So for those of you all who are listening for this very first time, have an open mind, like I said before. And if you have any questions, we will keep it to the end of the presentation, because the way how it is designed is most of your questions will be answered during the presentation. But if you still have any questions, we can take it at the end of the presentation. Um, and I hope that's okay. And the second thing is participate. I know most of you are already participative, you're active, because let's have an interactive session. When I say that, if you have any question in mind, put it in the chat, and at the end of the presentation, I will take it if it has not been answered already. Okay. And if you want me to slow down, if you want me to go fast, let me know. Okay. Because I want to make sure that we all get value and we walk out of this meeting with utmost clarity about this technology, about the opportunity, and about what's in it for you if you give it your energy. So, with that, having said that, I think we're all ready to get started with the presentation. Okay, so let's get started then in that case. All right. So we do these meetings every week. And for those of you who stay till the end, I have something special to share with all of you. So please, if you stay till the end, I have some things to give you guys also to help you grow faster. So please stay till the end. All right. So let's get started. Let's talk about what is this emGuard all about. emGuard stands for electromagnetic guard. Okay. And why do we need it? Because if you watch this video, you will understand what technology is doing to all of us. Although I love technology, I'm a big fan of all the gadgets and everything. In fact, just around me, there are like almost 6 to 7 gadgets. I love technology, but let's look at what's the harmful effect that this technology is actually bringing into our lives. Okay, let's watch this video.
With a few strokes of the keyboard, it allows us to communicate with people across the globe. With a push or touch of a button, it keeps us engaged and connected. The world now pushes for higher connectivity, faster serving and downloading speeds, from 3G to 4G and now 5G. But what is also true is that with every apparent communication advancement, we are increasingly putting ourselves at imperceptible health risks. Our 5 senses cannot detect this form of wireless hazards, but our body can. With longer hours using wireless headphones during office meetings, every wireless device that our toddlers or children plays on, any types of microwave oven we use to bake our cakes in, or induction cookers that we use to cook our food. While this enhances our life, we are not realizing how we are exposing ourselves and our loved ones with high levels of radiations.
The World Health Organization says there are some indications of an increased risk of glioma for those who reported the highest 10% of cumulative hours of cell phone use.
The reality is there's a significant increase in glioblastomas. Unfortunately, they're very, very deadly.
I have listed peer-reviewed studies establishing the connection between non-thermal radiofrequency radiation from cell phones.
Cell phones have a warning in them that say to hold the phone away from your body to avoid radio frequency exposure, but most of us don't know about this warning.
The WHO has classified EMF as possibly carcinogenic to humans, Group 2B, a category used when a causal association is considered credible.
See, my friends, radiation can harm the body internally. We need to protect ourselves more than ever to adapt to the new wireless world. Start protecting or live a better and healthier life.
Yep. So I want to say that, we all can relate to it. And in fact, the last line hits it on the point that take care of your body because it's the place we all live in. So we protect ourselves, we try to protect ourselves from all these radiations, but unfortunately, there's no solution except keeping these gadgets away from you. So that's why today it's very important to understand the way how we live, the lifestyle that we all are leading, and how to keep ourselves protected. Because 30 years ago, when I was growing up, and most of us, we were all growing up, this was how life was, going outdoors, playing, everything was away from all these gadgets and technology. But if you look at it today, most of the kids, adults, everyone's exposed to all these gadgets. And the problem is these devices are actually coming closer and closer to us, right? And it's even on us when we are using it, like the headsets and these VR, what do you call that, headsets and all of that. So why are these things harmful for the body? Because of course, there's water, air, and noise pollution. But these things are something that you can see, smell, feel, hear. But radiation, the electromagnetic radiation is something that you cannot see, feel, smell, or hear it, but your body is being affected by all of this. So don't you think it's very important to protect ourselves, and especially young generation also, to from all these things, so that we can have a healthy life? And most importantly, with the advancement of technology, it is only critical right now at this stage to take this step towards protection. Do you all agree with me on this? If you agree with me, please give me a yes in the chat. Awesome. Thank you. Right. So now what are the sources of these radiation, electromagnetic radiation? Are cell phones and laptops the only ones? No. As long as there's electricity and it has batteries, it emits all these unwanted electromagnetic radiations. And these are all some of the gadgets that we are exposed to every day, including electric cars, EV, lights, microwave, Wi-Fi routers, all of this. Okay. And in fact, if you walk into any room today, and if you could see these waves, this is how it actually looks like, if we can see them, right? But we can't see them, but they're all around us. So what do we do? We got to protect ourselves from all of this because 14 years ago, WHO classified these kind of frequencies as possibly carcinogenic to humans based on an increased risk for glioma, a malignant type of brain cancer associated with wireless phone use. Okay, and even France ordered Apple to stop selling iPhone 12 for emitting too much electromagnetic radiation. And this was all over the news, and this was from BBC actually a couple of years ago. And if you're using a mobile phone now, sorry, if you're using an iPhone, you can even find this on your settings. Okay, if you go to settings, legal and regulatory, and you can look at the RF exposure, you will see that they say that to reduce exposure to RF energy, use a hands-free option, such as the built-in speakerphone, headphones, or other similar accessories. They are saying it openly, right? Because they got to protect themselves, but at the same time, keeping the gadgets away or using these hands-free options. The only reason why they say that is because they know that not good for the body. Although they could say that it is within the limit and all that, but still, um, you know, um, how much of it is actually right, and most importantly, also, it's all under tested environment conditions. But then, when you go out there and the kind of other things that you're exposed to is actually very bad for the body. Now, let's look at the different types, the spectrum of these radiation. There are two types, non-ionizing and ionizing. Ionizing radiations are extremely harmful, like X-ray, gamma rays. Even for short duration, it's like it could be fatal, right? So it's very bad, right? That's why X-rays are taken like for a fraction of a second, right? You are in, they take it and you're out immediately, correct? So, but however, if you look at the radiation that we are exposed to every day are actually these radio frequency and microwaves, anything between 3 megahertz to 1 gigahertz. Okay, this is the frequency that we're actually exposed to every single day. Okay, and the problem with this is, although they are low intensity, but because you're exposed to them for a longer duration, it's as equal or it's very dangerous. It's actually, there's a book called The Low Level Radiation is a Silent Killer. Actually, there's a book on it. I have it with me. Later, I will show it to you guys. And these are all, this is how our situation is every day. And what emGuard does. Now let's talk about the solution. When you turn on the emGuard, it utilizes harmonic frequencies to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz within a 4-meter radius. So this is 4-meter radius. So 4-meter radius means almost 8 meters of diameter. This harmonizing method achieves a balanced atmosphere while preserving the natural ambient frequencies. So basically, it's not interrupting with your telecommunication signals. It is not interrupting with your electricity. You'll be still able to charge your gadgets. You'll still be able to connect like how we are connected. But at the same time, those unwanted leakages, that is everything that you see in red, all of these things will actually be removed. Okay, so that is basically why we need emGuard. And all right, now what are the other sources that says that these radiations are not good for the body? In fact, as per FCC, that is Federal Communication Commission in the US, they say that our bodies can absorb the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz the most. Okay, this is where the body absorbs the radiation, okay, the most. And to support it, there's another research paper by an Indian scientist who actually says that when the frequencies outside or when the frequencies inside match, it creates something called as a resonance. And that resonance actually creates the disturbance in the cells. The cells start to get damaged, and then it creates a chain reaction. And let's watch this video. You can see a 512 hertz tuning fork when hit. The vibrations don't do anything because the frequencies are different. But the moment you use the same frequency, 440 hertz, and this also 440 hertz, it creates a vibration making the ping pong balls to move. So you can continue to watch again. So different frequencies, they don't create any resonance. But when the same frequencies, it creates a resonance and effect. That's why there are so many radiations out there in the environment. But if you looked at the spectrum, I just told you that 3 megahertz to 1 gigahertz is what our body absorbs the most, within which 30 to 300. So because of the body's frequencies within that range. And that's why, we got to protect ourselves from that. And let's watch this video about what Dr. Satwinder has to talk about kids, hypothalamus, and kids' spine, okay, bone marrow. Let's watch about it.
The children's brain, like the hypothalamus, it tends to absorb 1.5 to 2 times more electromagnetic fields than an adult. But if you look at the child's bone marrow, it absorbs an amazing 10 times more electromagnetic radiation than an adult. The brain is much more absorbent, the skull is thinner, and because the relative size is smaller, if I give you the same dosage, your smaller tissue is going to absorb more than the bigger tissue. The first thing you have to do is keep the appliance that's emitting the radiation further apart from you, like handphones, off all power points when they're not in use. Number 3, you could use electromagnetic field harmonizers, which will balance out the radiation side effects from the appliance.
Yeah. So you can see what the doctor says, that the child's bone marrow absorbs 10 times more radiation than an adult, and the hypothalamus absorbs 2.5 times more radiation than an adult. And that's why I want to introduce this book to you, which is called Stop Cooking Your Kid's Brain by Dr. Pinky. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, Stop Cooking Your Kid's Brain. Okay, so yeah. Dr. Pinky Leon, she's from the Philippines. It's an amazing book. And also this is the book that I was talking to you about, which is called The Low Level Radiation. Is the silent kill, is the invisible killer. Low level radiation. Okay. This book was in fact published several years ago. Right. I think if I'm not wrong in 2000 something. So, and because you can see looking at the photo of it and the microwave and everything and the phone is like back. That's about how these kind of radiations affect us, including the fertility, okay, both for men and women. And this is a study that was actually done in 2019 to check the health effects of EMF on the human body. And they tested 871 people. And this is the results that they saw, that 71% of them had sleep problems. 64% of them had fatigue. 61% of them have concentration, memory, or learning problems. No wonder nowadays you see people's attention span is shrinking, and even kids, their ability to focus and concentrate at a particular thing is diminishing, right? And stress, anxiety, headaches. These are all problems that's very common in most households, right? And if you look at it, it's also increasing. And what I would say is, radiation is not the only reason why all this happens, but what if we can actually protect ourselves? We reduce the risk of most of these conditions, at least to some extent. And at the end of the day, we all live this life. We live once, so enjoy this life. And why do we want to give in to all these problems because of our own convenience? Let's enjoy the best lifestyle, but at the same time protect ourselves as well, right? Okay, the first book is called Stop Cooking Your Kid's Brain. Stop Cooking Your Kid's Brain by Dr. Pinky. All right. So now, how do we protect ourselves from this radiation? Let me tell you something. the emGuard is the only product of its kind that can actually harmonize these targeted electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 gigahertz. And this is actually the frequency at which the body absorbs. Okay, it's a patented technology. The company, the product, that research and technology has been around for more than 14, 15 years, and Energic launched it just about a couple, like about 18 to 20 months ago. Okay. And already I think more than 10,000 families have already adopted this one, using it. I've been using it for more than almost 2 years now. And it's been amazing. Okay. I'll share with you my experiences as well. So when you turn on the emGuard, it gives you a defense of 8 meters. Okay. So depending on the size of your house, 8 meters of coverage. If you have a bigger house, you have multiple floors, then you may consider getting more than one. Okay. If you want one in your car, you would obviously need more than one. Typically, most homes they go for two or three, depending on the size of the house. But it's a good product basically in terms of where you just plug it and leave it there. It's designed to reduce an harmonious environment. Okay. And this was actually a report done by a test report from a very prestigious university in Malaysia for pharmaceutical sciences. And the objective was to actually check the effective range of RF white noise suppression of the emGuard. Okay, and that was the objective. And they put the emGuard in four different homes, 2 different offices, and 4 different labs. And this is what they saw, that the percentage of suppression you can see is 99, 98 percentage, even up to 6 meters of radius. Okay, Energic wants to under promise. That's why Energic says 4 meters. But as per this test report, it shows 6 meters of radius, which is almost 12 meters of diameter. In open areas, we even see a wider coverage. In offices, you can see the coverage is slightly lesser when it goes to longer distances, because there's a lot of gadgets, a lot of interference. So in offices, typically you need more than one, or depending on the kind of gadgets that's around. In labs, also you can see 98, 90%, 84% suppression, right? Guys, let me tell you something. Till date, if you are not using the emGuard, we typically had no solution to protect ourselves from these radiations. And now that there is a solution, right? If you ask me personally, when I saw this the first time, I didn't even see all of this. I just saw a short demo about how the radiations were there when the emGuard was off with the detector, and when you plugged in the emGuard, the radiations were suppressed. So basically, that got me to get the emGuard immediately. I got two, one for myself and one at home here, right? And since then, we've just been using it. It's been amazing. So that's about this. What you say?
This is called the SD.
That's about the suppression. But let me show you in live how the emGuard suppresses these radiations. Okay.
This is called the SDR software, and it's gonna actually detect the electromagnetic interference in this area. So what David is gonna do now, he's going to actually turn on the software. You can download this software on your Android phone. You just have to pay a couple dollars, you get the software. So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay, so now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuard, what can it do to us, and what can it do for us? So it's not connected now. In 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuard. Talk about this suppression. All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuard turned on. If you guys are watching this, I want you guys to bring your emGuard everywhere you go, especially in cities like this, and make sure
you always keep yourself protected. See you guys soon.
Yeah, so this video, isn't it amazing how you can actually see the level of radiation that's in your environment? And that's actually a software called SDR. It only works on Android. So you plug it, you connect the antenna and the dongle to an Android phone through an app, which is about 10 to 12 US dollars, and you're ready to go. And it actually shows you the levels of electromagnetic noise radiation in the environment. Okay, and once you plugged in the emGuard, you saw how the radiation, the entire spectrum is actually suppressed. So that actually shows that the presence of all this white noise has been suppressed by the emGuard. And this white noise, you could hear the sound because the speaker was, the volume was on, right? But if you turn down the volume, it doesn't mean that the radiation is gone. It's still there and your brain is feeling it. Although you can't hear it, but your brain is feeling it. Important that even if you can't feel it, see it, smell it, your body is actually absorbing all these radiation. And this is actually a professor, Canadian researcher and professor. Her name is Dr. Megda Havis. She's actually dedicated her complete life on the biological effects of electromagnetic radiation on the human body. And in her discovery and in her studies, what she found out was 70 minutes of using computer. This is how the red blood cells goes into. It goes into a formation called rouleau. Many people from France, it's a French word, rouleau. Okay, so what it means is red blood cells are stacked to one another, which actually slows down the blood circulation and reduces oxygen transport. And you can see 10 minutes of using mobile phone, you can see how the red blood cells are stacked up. It's even worse than using a computer for more than an hour. And if you look at your phone these days, I guarantee it, most of us, we're using it for more than 2 to 3 hours every day, minimum. My screen time is about 7 hours a day. That's almost one third of my every day is on going on cell phones. And what she also found out was this is how the red blood cells become when they are in a clean EMR-free environment. Okay. Now, how do you achieve this without the emGuard? Of course, when you go to, let's say, something like this, like my background, okay, like a garden, a forest, away from all these gadgets and this interference. And then after 2 hours, you test your blood will look like this. But when you come back home, the rest of the time, 20 hours in your office, everywhere, you're using, all these gadgets. So even the 2, 3 hours that you spend in the park or in the garden becomes useless because when you come back home into your normal lifestyle, you're hit with all these waves, right? So that's why it's important to understand what the emGuard can do. And this is actually a live blood analysis of someone in his late 60s after 20 minutes of using mobile phone when the emGuard was turned off. I know this person. I know him personally. So this is how his red blood cell looked like after 20 minutes of using mobile phone. And we turned on the emGuard and he continued using the mobile phone for another 20 minutes. And then we took a blood sample to see how the red blood cells are. And you can see a complete different, which is here, it's all stacked, very less movement or circulation. And here it's already starting to separate. Right. And this is just after 20 minutes of using emGuard. Right. And this is someone in his late 60s. I've seen my own blood as well. Right. It's much more separated because, when you're older, what happens is it takes you quite a while to actually get responsive. But for sure, the people that are elder, they are the ones that experience the difference. They experience circulation. In fact, emGuard is the only product, which of its kind, even without touching it, okay, at a distance, it can help you improve your blood circulation, right? And that is the second patent that emGuard has. So now, many of y'all must be wondering, what is so special about this emGuard? Why do we need this? And what kind of radiation is this? Are these detectors detecting? So to demonstrate that to you, I want to show you like a typical home with all these gadgets. They have air conditioning units, Wi-Fi routers, computers, speakers, television, fans, all of these things, right? Microwave, laptops. Now, there are three types of radiation. The first one is what we call electromagnetic field. Now, this is generated from the AC power. So all these black lines that you see, these are all the electric lines. which actually the electricity passes through them, right? So this one. Now there are detectors in the market that just detect this, okay, the presence of electricity. So obviously, when you put the meter closer to a phone, which is not plugged into the charger, it will give you a certain reading. And when you plug in the charger, the reading will go up. Okay, it's only common sense to understand why, because you're giving it electricity, more electric charge, so it will show that. But that's not what we are checking actually. Okay, so let me tell you why. Because there is a second type of radiation which is called signal transmission radiation. Now this is actually from all the antenna devices like your mobile phones, laptops, Wi-Fi routers, computers, smart television, and all of that. And today the whole house is most of the homes are smart homes these days, so everything is communicating with everything literally. So this is the signal transmission radiation, and in fact this by itself is also not bad for the body. What the detectors that we use actually detect? They actually detect everything in red. Okay, so this is actually the byproduct of these two radiation. Okay, signal transmission radiation and electromagnetic field, everything in red is actually the byproduct of it, and which is what our bodies absorb the most, because these byproducts have no purpose in the environment. They are unintentional radiation, white noise, which is just in the environment, and they're the same frequency of the human body. So when it comes in contact with that and they have no purpose, then what happens? They're all white noise. It's actually noise radiation in the environment, which your body gets disturbed because of all of this. Okay, and when you turn on the emGuard, what emGuard does is it actually suppresses everything in red. It doesn't affect your signals. It doesn't affect your electricity. So that's why it's important to use the detectors that we show you here, because that way you detector from the online websites or from the shops, then what happens is you're not detecting the right thing. You're actually detecting either the signal transmission. So that sometimes, people have these videos where they say, put your phone on an airplane mode, you're protected. But how about all the other circuits and everything that's running in your phone when your phone is still on airplane mode? Right? So of course, when you put when you put the signal detector closer to the phone, it gives you a specific reading. And when you put it on the airplane mode, the readings goes down. It doesn't mean that putting it on airplane mode, you have actually protected yourself from all these electromagnetic noise radiation. The phone is still running, right? Unless you switch off the phone, you cannot, these radiations are still going to be around. And emGuard is the only device in the world that can actually suppress these harmful electromagnetic noise radiation. And that's why it's received its patent. So let's talk about the key features of emGuard. First of all, easy to use. It gives you 8 meters of coverage. In open areas, we have seen even a wider coverage. Okay, because typical homes, the walls, glass, metals. So that's why the company says 8 meters of coverage. Easy to use Type C cable. Please make sure you use the cable that comes with the emGuard, because the pin is a bit longer than usual Type Cs. Okay. As long as you're within the coverage range, it protects everyone who's within the coverage range, including pets. And there are reports that also has. I have a pet. I have a pet dog myself, 4 years old, right? And when I saw this report, I was like, "Wow, amazing!" Because animals absorb more radiations than humans sometimes. And what happens is, the report says that emGuard is very good for pets' blood circulation, heart rate as well, right? So right? Which is a good thing. Means you're prospering in life, which is more important at the same time to also protect yourself. Okay, right? When you have a bigger family, when you have a bigger house, the way how I see it is, in the future or even now, many homes, they have a few devices in their house. They have one in every car. Like in some of my clients in Dubai, they have like 5 cars and their house is like 3 floors. So they buy like 10 MGUTs, right? They want one in every car, and then 3 to 4 in their house, right? And a couple of them in their office. So literally everywhere they go, they're protected. The whole goal is, of course, if you can do that, that's the best. That's the ideal scenario. But even if you can't do that, at least when you're sleeping, if you have the emGuard turned on, because when you sleep in, you're keeping the phones next to you and your brain is constantly disturbed with all this radiation. So at least when you're asleep, you need to have a sound sleep. They sleep better. The kind of headaches that they get, unreasonable headaches and stuff like that, they see drop in that. Although it's not a medical claim, but these are experiences of people that have been using emGuard. Okay, so and it's very low running cost. In fact, we don't even see a difference in our electricity bills. You can even turn it on for 24 hours a day, and it is designed to last for 5 years to give you the maximum output. So even after 5 years, it doesn't mean that the emGuard is of no use. It will still work, but the coverage will not be as 8 meters. Maybe it could be slightly lower, 6 or 7 meters of diameter, but the emGuard will still work. Okay. And the best part I like is no maintenance, easy to carry around, plug and play, no battery replacements because there are no batteries inside emGuard. Okay. So that's the thing, best part about the emGuard, and you can integrate them anywhere and everywhere at home, office, workroom, bedroom. I've done even videos on electric cars. So if you type emGuard and Tesla, you could find my video. Even I've done it in the aircraft also. So you can type emGuard aircraft, you will find my video. And this is the spelling of emGuard, guys. It's a trademark owned by Energic, so please make sure that you use this spelling. Okay. All right. So now, with all of this, having said this, how many of you feel that emGuard is a necessity in every home for everyone? How many of you feel that? Type 3 in the chat. If you feel emGuard is a necessity, emGuard is something that every home must have. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. And the way how I look at it when I started first is, of course, when I got the Kangen machine also, I got it first myself. And then when I started seeing the results, I immediately, started sharing this with people. And I saw that if, nobody has it, then look at the potential that this product has in the market, right? So, and emGuard is very new in most of your regions. It's not even launched yet. Right. So you're the first few people having a look at it. So there are two ways to look at it. One is you gotta get the emGuard and start using it. And the second thing is you see that, wow, this has so much potential. I want to be the first one to build the business, right? Home, business, schools. Yep, yep. So later, like I told you, I have some slides to show you the market. How big is emGuard gonna be for you? So that'll give you a lot of tips as well to succeed if you're interested in building this business. And for those of you who are interested in having this and getting started with this, the investment for an emGuard is 1480 US dollars. Just convert it into your local currencies. This is pre-tax. Okay, so 1480 US dollars pre-tax. And at the moment, it's available in a lot of countries. Some countries, they are doing self-import from Malaysia. So is this available for people in New Zealand? It's available for people in Australia. So I'm not exactly sure if it's available for people in New Zealand. That's something that I think the local branch there will be able to assist. And if I do find out, I will put it in the forum. Okay. In India, not yet. The company is working on launching it. I hope it happens soon, or hopefully this year. Okay. And one thing, guys, I just want to share with you all that let's ensure that you are not when you look at it, you take this opportunity, even if the product is not in your country, take the opportunity to get it and start doing demos with it, because when it actually launches in your region, you'll be the first few people building this business. Even before the rest of them, find out what this is all about, your team will be the one building this. Okay. So that's why I want to share with you how big this opportunity can be for you. If you look at it, Enagic as a business, okay, the company has all these offices around the world, 43 offices in 26 countries. I think a couple more offices were added recently. So all these offices, by the way, I'm so blessed to be part of this company because I didn't invest in any of the office, right? And neither did any of the distributors as well. All of these offices are opened by the company. So when you start the business, the first thing is you all you need is to get started with the business. You need to get one device. It can be anything. It can be the Kangen machine, emGuard, Ukon, and Espa, whichever. And once you get that, you immediately regions, all these offices around the world. And you're not paying any salaries to the staff there. You're not paying the rents. You're not taking care of the logistics. Just put a monetary value to all of this. If you have to build such a big empire, the time, the money that it's going to take, it'll run in easily millions of dollars, right? The Enagic has already done that for all of us. So if you're someone new, some of you all said it's your first time having a look at it. If you're new, okay, do you feel that this by itself is a great value, being part of Enagic? This by itself, that the moment you start your business, you immediately get access to all these offices, and guess what, each and every staff in all these offices are actually working to support us in our business, right? So you're not even doing the training for them and all of that. All the headache, the company takes care of it, logistics and all of that. All you got to do is just make sure that the product reaches to most homes all in this region. Okay, because as a business person, if you look at the product, you like the product, okay, what you're going to do, if the product is good, you're not going to go deep into the product. You're going to look at how big can this market be for you, and that's all you're going to focus on, right? Because the company took all the approvals, all the patents, certificates and everything to make sure that the product is the best of its kind, right? So best in the world even, right? There's no product like emGuard in the world. So the company has done all of it. Now for us, it's all about how to scale this from here. Okay. So yes, thank you. Thank you. So that's why, if you're already part of Enagic, getting an emGuard is is a no-brainer, right? If for those of y'all who are not in Enagic, now that the company is so strong, they only invest in the best quality products. And let me share with you the Enagic business, how it works. Some of you all asked me questions. I will revert back to you. Okay, for those that want to buy in London, it is available in for the, I think the Europe branch will supply to London. So please get in touch with Germany, I believe, Germany or France office. They should be able to assist you with an emGuard. Okay. All right. Now, um, what's in it for you when you start the Enagic business? First of all, for you to start the Enagic business, your investment is one device. It can be anything, But let's say you start with emGuard, because today we are focusing on emGuard. 1480 US dollars, you get an emGuard, you get access to build the business, and there is no monthly qualifications needed, no monthly targets. You don't have to buy stocks and store them in your house or in your in your garage. No annual renewal fee, accumulative group sales. All the sales that you've done from day one is actually counted for your rank advancement. So let's say you take a break after 6 months or 1 year and you want to start your business again. Okay, just today I was talking to a leader of mine. He took a break. He's actually a 6A on his way to become a 6A2, right? He took a break for a while because he was, building his house and stuff like that and all that. And today we spoke and he wants to get started. I think he has more than 500 units in his group. Guess what? He doesn't have to start from scratch. He continues from where he previously stopped. Isn't that amazing? So all that you have built, even you take a break and you come back, it's still a part of your team. You can continue from where you previously stopped, right? That's the best part. And global business, this is my favorite. You can build this business anywhere in the world. Sitting here in India right now, I have teams across 16 countries building the business. So that's something that I want to encourage each and every one of you to build the business globally. Don't just think local, go global, because the opportunities are endless. Okay. All right. So the business model is patented. There are more than 200,000 direct selling companies in the direct selling companies in the world. Enagic is the only company that has patented the compensation plan. What does that mean? That the CEO, Mr. Oshiro, is so, you know, what's the word for it? He's foresight. Is that the word? Okay. He actually plans for something so ahead that long after even he's gone today, another couple of days he's going to celebrate his 84th birthday, and he plans to, and which we know it will be because most Okinawans are 120 years old, right? So Mr. Oshiro is also 84, just 40 more years. So even let's say Energic is going to be around for hundreds of years to come. We're not just, let me tell you, all of us here, we are not in this meeting just for today, just for you to get the product or just for you to build this business today. No, we are actually talking about this so that if you take this up and build it seriously, this can actually serve, so you can actually build a great legacy for people around you. Okay. And legacy, when I say legacy income inherited, that's exactly what I was talking about. Whatever you're doing today, you can actually leave it behind for your families to enjoy, for your children, all of them. So basically, you're building a business that can be passed on. It's an untapped market. You can build this business, because I tell people that it's less than 1% of the market has been penetrated so far. Many countries it's not yet launched. So there's a great opportunity waiting for you guys. Okay. Just a second, if you can give me like. All right, guys. Um, I just had to open my balcony, my door, because my dog, he wanted to go pee. After his dinner, he had to go pee, so he goes to the balcony. Yeah, so I had to open the door. He was whining a bit. All right. Once he finishes his business, he will be by himself. Great. If you guys want to see my dog, I'll show you. Uh, yeah, this is my dog. Drinks Kangen water. Just had his dinner, and he's here. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, untapped market. I truly love Enagic because even after having sold so many units, I think more than 2 million units around the world, every single person that joins even today has the same or even an equal or higher opportunity than those that are already building this business. So it's a very fair platform for people to come in. So just because someone started early does not mean they have an unfair advantage. They're going to succeed. But then just because they join early and do nothing doesn't make them immediately successful in comparison to someone that joins later and works hard. I have people who've joined later after me in the business. Just today, I was looking at my business. I have people that are higher ranks than me. Okay. So that is something that is possible in this business. Thank you so much, Dr. Mehul. Right, he's going to be 4 years old, totally a Kangen baby, drinks only Kangen water. All right, so now let's look at the different types of commissions the company is going to pay out. Today, I'm going to share the first one, the 8A or 8-point commission for emGuard specifically, and also the long-term career path. If we build this business serious and long-term, what's in it for us? Okay, now direct sales, the company focuses on direct sales model, which means that once you get the product, for you to get started in the business, you need to sell this to as many people as you want, as many direct sales as you want, you can do that. And once you do that, every single person, also if they want to become a distributor, they can do that, and you get what we call indirect sales. So just remember this, direct plus indirect equals to group sales. We will be using this term in the next few slides, so please remember this. Okay. Now, the emGuard commissions. Well, how different is it from the Kengen commission paid when you sell an emGuard? Okay. How many of you already have an emGuard? Please type 4 in the chat. And how many of y'all, after this presentation, you are ready to get your emGuard? Please type 6 in the chat. So I'd like to know where we stand and what you say. Okay. Nisha already has one. Dr. Mehul, Suresh gonna get one. Monica has one already. Wow, wow. Most of y'all are going to get one. That's awesome. That's awesome. Right. So let's talk about if you get an emGuard and you're only selling emGuard, how much will you earn? And let's talk about if you already have a Kangen machine. Okay, this guy wants to go. Okay, go Cooper. His name is Cooper, by the way. Okay, so if those of y'all who already bought a Kangen machine and you buy an emGuard, you want to sell an emGuard, how much will you earn? Even if you don't buy an emGuard, you would need an emGuard. Okay, then let me say that. But if you just have a Kangen account and you're selling emGuard, how much will you earn? I'm going to show that, right? Because the investment to come in with a Kangen machine versus coming in with an emGuard is two different, correct? So for those of you all who already have a Kangen account, what it means is you either have a Kangen machine, an ESPA or Ukon. For every emGuard you sell, you will earn 85 US dollars per point. Okay. For those of y'all who just buy the emGuard and you say, at the moment, I don't have the money to get a Kangen machine or any other product of Enagic, but I just want to get started with the emGuard because I see a lot of business opportunity, right? So when you get started, for every emGuard you sell, you earn 65 US dollars per point. And for every other Kangen product that you sell, you earn 77% of the said commission. Okay, this is only to make sure that it's a fair opportunity for all distributors, so that someone that's invested higher is in a line to earn higher commissions. And the moment you buy a Kangen machine, an ESPA or Ukon, after you have purchased an emGuard, all the subsequent sales you start earning full commissions. I hope that is clear. Okay, so for today's calculation, let's use the $65. That is considering that you've bought an emGuard and you're only selling emGuard. Okay. So now, for every emGuard, the company sets aside 520 US dollars per per unit, and the 520 US is split into 8 parts, which is called 8A or 8 points. Hence the name 8A, 8 point commission. So when 8 points is 520, 1 point is 65 US dollars. It's also called as 1A or 1 point. Okay. So let's look at how much the company pays you on your direct sales. Some of you are already familiar with this, but I just want to run through it. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat, and I will surely get back to you after this slides. Okay, first of all, you can become on your first and your second direct sale, you become a 1A distributor. That is, you earn 65 US dollars per emGuard. And the next rank is 2A. You become a 2A distributor on your third direct sale onwards. So from your third direct sale, every direct sale that you make, you earn 130 US dollars per unit. And the next rank is 3A. You earn 195 US dollars after 10 cumulative group sales. Just remember this. Group sales, we used this in the previous slide. So group sales is a combination of direct and indirect. So the 10 sales can be all your directs, or it can be 5 directs and 5 indirects. It does not matter. As long as you have 2 directs and 8 indirects, you can qualify to become a 3A distributor and earn 195 for all the subsequent direct sales that you make after 10. And the next rank is 4A. You earn 260 US dollars after 20 group sales. So once you have 20 group sales, every direct sale you make, you earn $260. And if you look at it closely, let's say you become a 4A, you sell 20 emGuard, and then you buy your own Kangen machine, you get 4 points back as a bonus for all the hard work that you've done. So in a way, even your Kangen machine can turn out to be a lot lesser than what it would be when you buy upfront. Okay, so that way it's a good bonus for your hard work. Now, you become 5A after 50 group sales. So you sell 50 emGuards, you become a 5A, and you earn 325 for every direct sale after 5A. And then you earn 6A, that is 390 US dollars for every emGuard after 200 emGuard sales. So this is considering that you only sold emGuard. Okay, not counting you're selling other products as well, because emGuard, for the purpose of up to 6A, that is one first unit to all the way up to the 90th unit, it is counted as one sale, 1 point. Okay. Yeah. So you can You can become a 5A with 50 emGuards, but to become a 6A and only selling emGuards, you need 200 of them. But if you sell a combination of Kangen machines, Wukon or Anespa and all of that, then the company will calculate that for you. But just remember that if you sell, let's say, 50 K8s and 40 emGuards, you're on 90, and then you do 10 Kangen machine sales or 20 emGuard sales, you can become a 6A. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you some tips for those of you who are already in the business. Okay, I hope you're clear with this. And every time someone in your 2A line goes on to sell emGuards, you earn $130. But the moment, let's say you have purchased your Kangen machine on a 4A line, okay, and for every emGuard that you subsequently start selling, you earn $85 per point. So let's say you have someone in your 2A line and that they sell a emGuard, okay, but now you have your Kangen machine also with you and you have an emGuard also. So let's say for all the emGuard sales that happens, you don't earn 130, but you earn 170 US dollars. 170 because you already have a Kangen account now. So your emGuard account also gets converted to a Kangen account once you have a Kangen machine, Ukon or an Anespa. Okay, so that's just a bit. If it's confusing, don't worry about it. Get started, and as and when you're in the business, the kind of things get clear. Okay. Now, I won't go deeper into this because this is how much the company pays you on your indirect sales and all of that. Just remember that for every machine, there is 8 points to be paid. The company doesn't pay more, doesn't pay less. So when you start getting lesser, just know that your team is growing. Okay. And your team is growing probably even without your support, which is a good thing because this is all what we call leverage income. You leverage on your team's effort for you to earn commissions. And once the 8 points are exhausted from that line onwards, you don't earn, but then from your other lines, you continue to earn. And the whole goal is when you make a direct sale, you rank up because all these sales helps you in ranking up. So you earn higher as and when you make a direct sale, provided you have enough group sales in your team. Okay, so that's about the 8 point commissions. I won't go deep into it because I want to show you the long-term career path. If you build this business seriously and you want to build this long enough, okay, like what many leaders are doing, and some of your leaders that have invited you here also are doing, is don't just build this business for you to be successful. Build this business so that the people that associate with you also become successful. Okay, so for example, for you to become 6A with 200 emGuards, you can become a 6A. And you earn $3,000 one time, provided you've done 10 group sales in the month of achieving 6A. But once you some people in your team that will also want to become 6A. And even if two of them in two separate lines go on to become 6A, you rank up and you become 6A too. You earn $6,000 one time. You start earning monthly and quarterly bonus based on your team performance. And similarly, when these two people become 6A2, you become -2. You earn $12,000 one time. The monthly and the quarterly bonuses continue based on your team performance. And when these two people become 6A, $5,000 one time, $5,000 plus other incentives every month, uh, provided you meet certain performance requirements. These performance requirements are very easy, basic to achieve. They are, how do I say this? If you're someone that's serious in this business, those performance requirements are, achievable. They're not they're not challenging, they're achievable. Okay. And if you overachieve, the company even calculates equally proportional to earn. So that way the company is very transparent. And that's how it should be because, in business, you should not get paid just because of the time that you joined the business. You should get paid because of the efforts that you and your team is are putting in, the results that your team is creating, right? So that's something, and that's why I always tell people that your team success equals to your success. So if you want to be successful in this business and hit all these high ranks, make sure that your team is successful. Take care of your team, nurture them, so that when they are successful, automatically you will be successful as well. That's how the business plan is also designed. And there are people that have even overachieved than what I'm showing you here, because their team members have achieved 682-6. So when two of them achieve 682-6, they become 682-7, where they earn $400,000 one time and $40,000 monthly bonus, apart from other incentives. So let me tell you guys something, that everything that I'm showing you here is actually designed by the company. Okay, the company has put this out. And all we need to do is just build this actively, so that at the end of the day, end of the year, after 10 years, when you look back, you are grateful for what you did. And today, when I look back, I have people, like I told you, some of them are even a higher rank than me. Some of them are same rank as me. I have more than 50 people in my team that are actually 6As, about 12 people, 12 to 14 people that are 6A2s, about 8 people that are 6A2-2. I even have a 6A2-3 in my team, guys. So, one thing is very important. I will not tell you how to build this business, because that is a strategy that you have to work with your leaders that has invited you here today, because every leader have their own strategies to build, which is what makes this business so interesting and unique, and it creates this healthy competition, right? So make sure that you liaise with your team leaders, get the strategy, get the the plan, and work together, right? And always remember that the person that invited you here, invited you to this business, they have a personal interest in your success. So make sure that you work together, because the people that invited you here today, they've taken the effort to ensure that you see what they are seeing, right? So that is my invitation to you. Let's for people that are ethical, that are building this business together, okay? Because I'm going to show you how big the emGuard market is. Some of y'all who are seeing this, some of y'all, the ranks and everything could be out of your reality zone. Some of y'all could even be thinking that, is this even achievable? Because let me tell you something, there are more than 1,000 people that have achieved success, okay, in the world. There are more than 10 people that have achieved the 682-6 in the world, right? So people have achieved this, and there are more than 3 people that have exceeded this rank. So I just want to tell you guys something, that if you put in your effort, you can really achieve it. And the product is amazing. Okay, no doubt about the product, all the products, in fact. Okay. So when you're building with such a great backbone, all you need to focus on is how to scale. So let's look at how to scale with the emGuard. Okay. How big is the emGuard market? Now, first of all, schools, kids. Every child nowadays has a gadget. They're even asked to bring their gadgets to the school, because schools are smart, projectors, all of that. Okay, so school, classrooms. If a school has 50 classrooms, you know the owner, you speak to the owner, you get 50 emGuards, one in every classroom. That's a great, and the schools can advertise and say that our classrooms are free from these harmful radiations, and that way they can actually even add more value to so that the parents feel comfortable sending their kids, increase their admissions, the number of admissions, and also if they want to charge a additional fee for that, also why not? Because the kids can be protected. How about airlines? The kind of radiations that's coming out of an airline, okay, massive. So airlines, private jets, all of them, they can have emGuards. A huge market. Electric electric vehicles, cars, they can every car can have an emGuard as well, right? So these kind of gadgets today, nowadays, when I was traveling, I see people walking around with these gadgets, right? So I just want to tell you guys that the technology is going to get more advanced. Let's be prepared for it. And today, most homes are smart homes. Your mobile phone kind of connects to all these gadgets. So make sure that you have emGuard, at least basic. Start from your house, and then you can expand from there. Okay, so let me tell you one thing is, you guys are not salespeople. Okay, when you look at it, you say, do I have to sell this? No, you're not salespeople, actually. In fact, we don't sell anything, we're educating. In fact, I'm not selling anything here. I'm actually, as cliche as it may sound, we're actually lifesavers. Now, why do I say that? Because 9 years ago, when someone told me about the Kangen machine, my mom being a cancer survivor, my father being diabetic, today my mom is free from cancer, my father is free from diabetic, although it's not a medical claim that I'm making here, but the only thing they changed was the water. Okay. And I used to have severe constipation at the age of 22. And now today I am no constipation. I'm 31. I travel around the world, different time zones, and still I'm okay. And emGuard, in a way, emGuard, as the world is progressing towards a lot of technology, right? Having an emGuard, my mom, I'll tell you my story. I actually I always tell this in my meetings. I want to share this for those of you all that's new. I took a car from the Enagic Dubai office to the airport. It was an Uber electric car. And it usually, it's about a 20 minutes drive, but with the peak hour traffic at 6 p.m., it's about an hour and a half, sometimes even. So the first time I had my emGuard, but it is in my suitcase, so I didn't plug it in. Um, I took the ride. By the time I got off the car, when I reached the airport, I couldn't feel my legs. I was not able to stand. I was feeling very weak. So later, after a couple of weeks, when I actually had to take another flight, same time, about 6 p.m., I booked the same electric car, and it was about the same time. But now I connected the emGuard in the back seat. And throughout the journey, I had the emGuard on. When I got off the car at the airport, I could stand up, and I was not feeling drained. Okay. And I even forgot my emGuard was connected because it was in the back seat. I was sitting in the front. So the driver had to, get my attention and tell me that there's something behind, right? So that's the kind of difference that I was able to see. How many of you all feel that the introduction of emGuard, has been life-saving for you? Please type in eight. Type in eight in the chat. All right. I have a question here. Leonard, I will get back to you quickly, as promised. All right, 888. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. So exactly, that's why when you feel that you're bringing a change, you're saving people's lives, you'll feel more confident about talking about it. Okay, so that's why I want to share with you guys. And this is a gift that I wanted to give you guys. If you're not already connected, please scan this QR code. This is the official Telegram group of all emGuard announcements, so you can get all the announcements here. This is the official Facebook page, because it's good to have a community of people using emGuard. Announcements, videos, everything will be posted here. So take a screenshot of both this slide. And also, for those of you all that want more resources, of course, everything is available on the Telegram channel, but the direct access is this to the library, the Google Drive. And this is the official website of emGuard. So some of you are asking me, what's the best way I can get someone's attention? You can just send them this website, emGuard.com. There's a video which is about a minute and a half, 90 seconds video. And that video kind of explains what emGuard is all about and why we need it. And it's probably the best introduction that you can give to a stranger or to someone that you want to introduce the product to. Okay. Once they're curious, once they're interested, then you can show them the presentation, you can do the demo, right? So these are the resources. And for those of you all living in Europe, there is a emGuard training. If you liked what you saw online, please go to these offices. If you're nearby, if you have people there, send them there. We have some amazing people, leaders, Mingwei 682-5, Simon Low 682-4, visiting these offices to do the emGuard training, right? Why? Because Simon and Mingwei, coming from Malaysia, they were actually the first few adapters of emGuard actually in the world. And, they kind of, even as of now, they sell a lot of emGuards as compared to many other teams. So I want to encourage you guys to visit these meetings if you're nearby, or send people to these offices so they can have a, first-hand head start, even without having to travel to these places. Although Lagos is not part of Europe, but the office comes under Europe, so that's why you see Lagos here. So you have people in Nigeria, send them there. Okay. And those of y'all who want to build this business serious, you feel that you've been in this business for some time and you've not able to get that epiphany or that breakthrough. I want to invite you guys to these two meetings, the Essential Energic Workshop and the emGuard Summit. These 2 days, scan the QR code, limited seats. I think most of the seats are taken. It's just about less than 2 months away. Um, this workshop will give you clarity, confidence, and certainty on the product, on the business, and in yourself. Okay, so that you can actually see what's in it for you. It happens in Malaysia, 2 day amazing event. Last time it happened, there were about 800 people. So make sure you get your tickets. What you pay is only for the venue, and it'll be a great trip for you to travel and see how small country, like Malaysia. 30 million is the population. Some countries have much more population than Malaysia. They're actually being able to be so successful in this business. You learn from the successful people there. So I want to invite you guys, scan the QR code, take a screenshot of this, and get your seat before it's gone. And those of y'all who stayed on till the end, like I told you, this meeting happens every week. So we will be doing another one next Wednesday, same time. Okay, that'll be myself on the 19th of March. We will do the same meeting. So you feel free to send your people, bring your teams to attend this. Because honestly, these meetings we're doing to create more awareness, more education, help new distributors get started. So if you feel it's for you, take full advantage of this and fill the room with your people. And on Friday and Saturday, we have 2 sessions, Friday and Saturday each, 1 session each, done by Egbert, good friend, and also an emGuard presenter, amazing guy. Okay, so make sure that you're there. All the announcements will be on the Telegram group. And if you're not already on the Telegram group, this is a time that you can scan the QR code while I quickly get a couple of questions addressed. All right, so already 6A, can I sell direct sales? Yeah, you can make as many direct sales as you want. There's no limit to direct sales at all, right? So you can make as many direct sales as you want. Let's get to the question. I think, okay, Leonard, I understand that RD9300 measures the density of the radiation level in microwatts, while the Baje SDR measures the frequency level in megahertz. When RD9300 is turned on, it records various density levels. Turned on, the reading goes to 0. Yes. If emGuard emits harmonic frequencies to suppress only targeted frequencies that are harmful to our bodies, what has happened to those frequencies? Fantastic question. Presumably, every frequency has a corresponding power density. If so, why does the power density? Fantastic. Very good question. So basically, what the RD9300 does is when the emGuard is turned on, right? RD9300 is detecting the harmonic frequencies, basically what you say, tuned to the frequency, the harmonics. Okay, so that is why it shows 0. But you're right, all the other radiation is still there. emGuard does not suppress all radiations, guys. If it suppresses all the radiation, then there will be no light, there will be no connections, right? It only suppresses those. And what RD9300 does, it is only detecting the density of the electromagnetic noise radiation in the range of 3 megahertz to 1 gigahertz. And the reason why it goes from 30 to 2600, it in fact goes up to 4000 microwatts, 3999 microwatts, because if you look at a wave, noise wave, it has a low point, a midpoint, and a peak point. So it's constantly being emitted, right? So when the waves are constantly being emitted, what the detector is detecting is the noise radiation in the frequency of 3 megahertz to designed to detect the white noise in the environment. So when you turn on the emGuard, the reason it goes to 0 is so that the detector is actually telling us that the white noise there is suppressed. It doesn't show that all radiation is suppressed. So if someone is claiming that emGuard suppresses all radiation. That is incorrect. What emGuard does is it suppresses only the electromagnetic noise radiation in the frequency of 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. Okay? Yeah. The unwanted leakage. While the Baje, when you see on the other hand, it shows you the frequency and it shows you the level of suppression as well. And still you will see very low frequencies there, right? And you can see that it completely clears off. It becomes from green, it goes to blue, which means that it has suppressed the white noise in the environment. Okay, so yeah. So the how do I say that? They're two different detectors designed for different things. For example, the RD9300 is designed to detect the source of radiation, to detect where the radiation is coming from. That's why the range behind the ring is actually very small, right? It doesn't have a wider range. So that's why you need to keep the RD9300 closer to the device. But if you look at the Baje room or wherever, it kind of picks up all the white noise in the environment. Okay. If the range of the RD9300 was wider, the moment you switch it on, it starts beeping and you don't know the source of the radiation, right? So that's why. I hope I went a bit more deeper and addressed it. How do the harmonizing frequency emitted by emGuard suppress the targeted frequencies that are harmful to the human body? Someone commented that set frequencies in opposite polarity, thus creating EM noise. Is this statement correct? How do we know that these frequencies emitted by emGuard are not equally harmful? All right, so yeah, these are questions that we get often. Okay, I will address that. Okay, so basically, when you look at the harmonic frequencies emitted by emGuard, is it opposing amplitude frequencies, basically to I won't say suppress, but if you look at it, there are different frequencies in the range of 36, 72, 108. Now these are all frequencies, right? So what emGuard does is in order to suppress the white noise, um, it is actually so there are a couple of patented things actually, so which even for example the depth of it, honestly, even I don't know. But what I can tell you, what I when someone asked me the same question, when I found out, is it is those there are two types of frequency. One is, of course, the harmonic frequencies. So what emGuard is actually emitting, no, because if it was harmful, then for sure, again, it will have an effect on your blood circulation and all that, right? So that is why it is creating that harmonized range. It has that range of 8 meters of diameter. So when you turn on the emGuard, what someone said is to suppress, you have to put the set frequencies in opposite polarity. Um, it is opposing amplitudes, but not exactly. But like what I said, it is basically to reduce the white noise. For example, if you're tuning in your radio, okay, in the car, when you are going from one radio station to another, you will hear a lot of disturbance. You'll hear a lot of white noise. Okay. But when you reach the specific frequency, you hear the sound. Why? Because the radio station has chosen that particular frequency to send the data. Correct. So now, when you look at the environment, there's a lot of this white noise in the environment. So what emGuard is doing is basically it is tuning or in order to reduce the white noise, um, it is actually tuning the um, fre frequency of 36 multiples of 36, 72, 108. So that way, what happens is it kind of suppresses that white noise in the environment. Okay, I hope I didn't go too much in depth, but then yeah. Okay, can you provide, by the way, guys, there is actually a training done on this in the YouTube channel to exactly answer by the emGuard technical team. So I would encourage you guys to watch it to get more clarity because, having clarity gives you more confidence when you're sitting in front of someone that's interested to get the product. Can you provide some advice on how we can share about emGuard to prospective leads. I understand we cannot share company name or product name. You can actually share company name and product name because that adds credibility to your statement, to your pitch. Because imagine saying this that you're part of a company that's 51 years old, and you are they've launched a product after a lot of testing and research, and you'd like them to have a look at it. That's one way. The second way is I would just say that, hey, do you know that all these gadgets that we are using and everything around us, all these electronic media, they're actually emitting a lot of radiation. Now, nobody can deny that because it's a fact, right? Now, you can just tell them that I've come across a technology that is actually proven to harmonize and suppress these kind of harmful radiations in the environment. Would you be interested to have a look at it? That's how you can get started. And then you can show them the demo or play the video. And that way you can actually get more clarity. Okay, great. Wait, let me go back to a question earlier that was asked to me. In London, okay, yeah. Last time you mentioned that we can present emGuard. Okay, this was a direct message to me. Last time you mentioned that we can present emGuard to schools. My question, what do you recommend to start presenting the emGuard to schools if I don't have the emGuard yet? Very good question. Angie, I like your interest. So what I would suggest is if you don't have emGuard yet and you're planning to get one, the best thing is to see if someone else in your vicinity is using the emGuard to because getting an appointment, I understand in schools, the decision makers can be sometimes it could happen random. It could take months sometimes to get that appointment. But if you don't have your emGuard yet, I would say at least arrange to have that emGuard, because when they see it, there's a higher chance of them believing it than just watching a video, because you're looking at an investment for the entire school, and also they're in a position to make that decision. So you want to hit the nail financial sense, and you're confident out there. Make that investment if you're okay. You feel that you're gonna get like 10, 20, 30 mGuards from that order. It's a good bet to get an mGuard before you can go in there. That's something I would encourage as well. All right. Let's go to a question. I hope, Nisha, I answered your question there. Chris, I put those questions to ChatGPT, which prompted these answers. Okay. Chris, thank you. Yeah. Oh, as much as, I've even tried using ChatGPT before. As much as you use ChatGPT, right? It specifically, um, I don't know how much accurate it could be, but I can go through it and let's see how it works out. But honestly, in the past, if you're not using the 4.0, what is that? The plus version, the paid version of ChatGPT, the answers are very outdated. And if even if you're using the 4.0, what is that, the plus version of ChatGPT, I don't use the higher one. The higher one is, I think, about is it about 1,000 dirhams, or how much is that, $300 or something per month, right? We don't need that, right, unless we are developers and all that, like we have a huge company, right? But at least for basic question answering, please get it verified. If you get an answer, get it verified from someone from the company or the emGuard technical team or whatever, or even put it on the forum, the Facebook forum, so that someone can take that answer and verify that is correct, because not all times ChatGPT doesn't put out the right answer all the time. Okay. Parlapali, how actually the radiation affect humans and pet animals? And yeah, there are scientific evidence. Please go to the Google Drive and you'll find all the reports, all the certificates of which they've tested the emGuard and how it affects, how it protects us. Of course, if you want to check and if a radiation can affect a human, okay, and I don't know if you were there since the start. There were a lot of reports that I've shown about how radiations can affect humans, videos I've played. So please, you can go on the YouTube channel and watch those videos of emGuard YouTube channel, official YouTube channel. What I want to tell you guys is, if the radiation can affect humans, pets are more sensitive. Pets can pets can smell 40,000 times stronger than adults. Than humans, right? Pets, I'm talking about dogs here specifically. Cats also, I'm sure they have different, mechanisms, similar mechanism. They're more sensitive. Their bodies are more sensitive. In fact, a dog's heartbeat is much higher than a human's heartbeat. Okay. So, of course, if it affects a human, it is going to affect pets, right? They're also a living being. So now the only thing I can suggest for you is to go back to those videos on our YouTube channel, go back to the presentation that's on the Google Drive file and see the reports which says the harmful effects of radiation on humans and adults. Yeah, a lot of research done behind this. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was wonderful presenting to all of you. I hope you got maximum value out of this session. A lot of you all dropped out of the call, but most of you all stayed. I really appreciate that, although we went over time. But 90 minutes, I think, is a good time so that you guys are having clarity better than before. I hope from this meeting, your understanding on the product and the business has gone up and you're in a position to impact more people. If you have any questions, Instagram, so that we can be connected. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. Happy to put you guys to the right people also if needed. And at the same time, wish you guys more success in your endeavors. All right. We'll see you all next meeting on Wednesday, same time. Until then, have a great weekend and all the best for you. Thank you so much. I love that heart, Vulcan. Great. Thank you. Thank you all. Shravan, Wayne, Ciao. I hope I said that right. All of you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're from. And see you all in the next meeting. See you.